Hey, what's going on, guys? Money Making Joey back here doing another video. And guys, do me a favor. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, definitely do me a favor. Go ahead and get subscribed to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up at the end if you guys have found value from it. It really helps the YouTube algorithm. But I make helpful videos all the time inside of the rideshare industry here on YouTube. Over the last several months, maybe, ever since Lyft has actually introduced this thing where, oh, drivers are making 70% guaranteed. I've actually been driving on the Lyft platform. I'm going to be honest with you guys. When I first started my journey in the rideshare industry, I used to only drive on the Lyft platform. Now, the money wasn't right, and I started driving on the Uber platform, and I realized that the pay on Uber was way better. So for about a good 2 to 3 years, I really only drove on the Uber platform. But when Lyft came out with this thing, I was like, you know what? I drove for them here and there. I might have took one trip a week, if that. Once they came out with the 70%, I was like, what the heck? You know what? Let me go ahead and see, if I want to go ahead and I give them a try, see how it works. I noticed that the pay did change a little bit, because I'm going to be honest with you guys. When Lyft first came out with like the upfront pay sucked, because they were really beating the drivers over the head on the rate card compared to what we were getting paid prior to upfront pay to now was, you really want me to take this trip? Because even though I see now how much money I'm actually getting made, it's like, dude, I still remember the rate card. I'm getting 73 cents a mile and whatever amount per minute. I know you're beating me over the head. Do you really think I'm this stupid? So that was really the main reason why I called it quits in concerns to Lyft for some time. Now, there is something that I have noticed over the last couple weeks, maybe even 2 months of driving on the Lyft platform. Now, they pitched this whole thing to the community where it's like, hey, our drivers are guaranteed to make 70% each week. And it's kind of BS due to the fact of you're running on a rolling scale where it's like, if you do a lot of short trips, and I'm sure some of you guys out there have noticed this, but I myself, just as a part-time driver, I've noticed this, where it's like, if I take a whole bunch of short trips, I am not getting anywhere close to the split. I'm probably at like 60% on their books instead of the 70%. But I could take long trips, like trips paying $20, $30, $40, and somehow, some way in this thing, now I'm getting 70%. So one thing that I've actually noticed, and even if you don't work the app in your favor, so you intentionally do what I am going to explain to you guys, what you'll notice by Thursday or Friday, you might look in the numbers and see, hey, you know what? The split is a little bit off. I'm at 65%, right? And as the week goes on, over the weekend, Saturday or Sunday, you'll notice the Lyft app starts pushing you more longer trips, longer trips, longer trips. That is not just coincidental. What they're doing is balancing things out, because when you take shorter trips, you're not getting 70% of the fare, even with them taking out for commercial insurance and all of that other crap. You will look at their numbers and see you're probably somewhere between 60 and 65%. If you only take these short trips, that's where you will stay. I'm going to show you guys my numbers from last week. They'll balance you out now with these longer trips. So now, one might say, and I'm sure everyone out there watching this video, you're going to have a different opinion on it, because you have a lot of drivers out there that these metrics, they've already done the science behind it. So it's like, they already know most drivers out there don't want to take short trips. They don't add up to much money. In your mind, right? I'm going to tell you something. In your mind, they already know the psychology of it. So it's like, they know you want to take these $20, these $30 trips. If you take them, even if you don't take them all the time, you just have to take a certain amount each week. to balance the numbers out so that you get to 70%. What happens if you just don't take them? What happens if you only take the short trips? I actually did this last week where, don't get me wrong, I might have took a couple. Like, I know there was one $40 trip that I took, but I think that was like my biggest trip of the week. I'm going to pull up the Lyft numbers here in the app. I'm actually going to show it to you guys for last week. This doesn't include anything cash. This doesn't include anything Uber. We're just specifically, I did it again, specifically speaking about Lyft. So if we go ahead and we take a look here, I got a total payout of $519.03. I'm sure you guys can see it. That's, we did 20 hours and 22 minutes of actual book time. And what I want you guys to see here is that the total miles spent on trips was just shy of 300 miles. So that's a tad bit, for what we actually made, that's a tad bit under $2 a mile. Now, when I go to the actual breakdown here, I'm going to show you guys this. So you guys all out there watching the video, you guys can see what the numbers actually broke out to. They did take $322 out of the $1,050, which was passenger payment. So that brought us down to $727. Of that $727, we're at 66%. So I had already kind of did the mathematics, I believe, on, as it says here on Thursday, which is tomorrow from when we're making this video, May 16th. They're going to pay my account that additional 4%, which is like 30, 40 bucks. Not really a lot of money. If we do the mathematics on that, that is about a tank of gas. It's not really a lot of money. But there's two things that I really want to point out to you guys. And as a community of drivers here on the Lyft platform, I definitely want to encourage you guys to get down below in the comments and let me know what you guys think about what I'm going to throw out to you guys. Now, a few things that I showed you guys, just going back to it. I made $519. They're going to pay me out an additional 35, 40 bucks. Let's say 35 bucks. So that'll push me up to around $555. Now, I did $555 on the Lyft platform. Again, this doesn't include anything cash, doesn't include Uber. We're just taking that for the week, right? This was over a period of 20 hours. And now I put 300 miles on my vehicle. So we're kind of pushing around $1.50-ish per mile here. Whereas now, if I did not decline those longer trips, if I had took those longer trips, right? One, I would have put more miles on my vehicle. And two, they would have been, in the Lyft app, it would have been even. They would have actually got me to 70%. Tomorrow rolls around, Thursday, I get no additional payout. I want to use their money here, right? Because what wound up happening is, let's say Saturday and Sunday, they hit me with those longer trips. Yeah, okay, I make an extra, $30, $40. I would have made it and not got it as free money. And then now in return, that's more miles that gets put on my vehicle. So, and I don't know, and I'm able to look at it this way, don't get me wrong, because I am a part-time driver. Some of you out there watching the video, you may be a full-time driver, and this game plan might not necessarily work for you, just due to the fact of, like I said, I'm a part-time driver. Me, if I could come out in 30 hours, because you saw what I did with 20 hours on Lyft, if I can come out in 30 hours, right, of my week, and make 800 to 1,000 bucks, and put like 400 or 500 miles on my vehicle, guess what? That's what I'm going to do. Because now I could go ahead and that's only 30 hours. I could still have 20, 30 hours I can commit to something else, making more money, essentially for the week. But if you're full-time, it might not work out for you due to the fact of you don't want to get caught in that loop of $4 trips. Because I'll be honest with you guys, I'll go back to last week because I don't think we discussed the amount of trips that I actually took. It was 69 trips. 69 trips exactly that I did last week. The majority of the trips that I did were ranging between $4 and $8. Now, for this $4 to $8 trip, I'm only typically going 2 to 3 miles, maybe 4 miles, really at best. But a 4-mile trip will be more so on that $7, to $8 side. I'm not burning as much gas and I'm not putting as much miles on the vehicle. So to more, like it might sound foreign to some newbies out there, but the truth of the matter is, to my OG drivers out there, if you've been in the rideshare industry for some time, you own the vehicle that you're driving, I'll be honest, you can kind of understand and you can relate. If you're part-time, you can understand and you can relate. You're not looking to devalue your vehicle by that much. You're not looking to put as many miles on your vehicle, but you're looking to expand on the amount of money that you're looking to make. So just some general thoughts from me. You guys let me know what you guys can think about it, what you think about it, because I will gladly take, and Sunday was Mother's Day. I was actually running at 63% before I started the day. They actually got an extra 3% on me. I was going to get about a $60 payout of free money actually on them to balance me out. You could use that as gas money for the week. So it's just something to think about. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. And like I mentioned previously in the video, if this is your first time seeing me, get subscribed to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you found value from it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Money Making Joey, I'm out of here.